Ruined Leon, and he brought up this article. I'm going to read at least some of them because this shit is fucking dumb.
Yes.
Can y'all see it?
I can.
Is this a new one or is this an old one?
This is old. This is from 2018.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty old.
It's fairly old, but still, it's fucking dumb, and I want to do it.
Yeah, I remember this whole thing.
100 ways white people can make life less frustrating for people of color. Now, I'm not going to read them all. Fuck all that shit. I'm just going to go through maybe the first 15.
First 15 will piss you off.
The first 15 always pisses me off.
If you have an extra house, they want you to give it to them. If you have an extra vehicle, they want you to give it to them.
Well, let me do that math real quick. Let's see. I've got 2 cars. I bought both of them. Nope, don't have an extra.
All right, okay. As someone with very low tolerance,
if we're gonna go with this, I think I'd rather just go back to this.
Fucking horse.
All right. As someone with very low tolerance for racist bullshit, I've managed to surround myself with white people who are cognizant of their privilege and strive to make the world a less terrifying and frustrating place for people of color. This means I often deal with said white people asking me what they can actually do to affect change. So here, anxious allies of the world. Would you say, Will?
I said, okay, yes, you are the asshole.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw Rotncorpse.com's version of this, or now I think he calls his channel Terrence Pop and that whole thing. And at least I think it was him, because I remember hearing voices for this whole thing, and it's straight up fucking retarded.
It really is. All right. Well, here are 100 simple ways to be the change. Not entirely comprehensive.
There we go.
But somewhere to start. Go forth and disrupt our harmful racist paradigm.
Thank God I have my assistant Nigor tonight.
See, that's great. You got Nigor from Nigeria.
Yeah.
I thought he was from Niger. Wow.
No, that's his cousin.
That's his cousin.
Okay. Yeah, that's his cousin.
Yeah, that's his cousin who was born about 10 years later, Niglet.
All right. Just because you can't see racism around you doesn't mean it's not happening. Trust people of color's assessment of the situation.
Okay, then I want you to trust my assessment as a person of different color than you probably, that I have been victimized by racism too, and you know what? My life went on. Yours should too.
Number 2, don't assume that all people of color share the same views. We're not all we're not a monolith. This is just
this whole article is based on the monolith approach.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're not a monolith.
This is my monolithic
people.
view of how you should handle this. We're not a monolith.
It's a monolithic view of brokers.
There's 2 groups of people that treat blacks like a monolith. There's 2.
And
they Democrats and leftists?
You got Democrats and you got black racists.
Yep.
And they overlap a little bit, but that's the only 2 groups that treat blacks like a monolith.
We can give them their own name and call them blacktivists.
No.
Blacktivists,
no. There's a third group.
Who?
Okay.
White women. White suburban
see,
women.
now that's an interesting.
Yeah, Democrats.
Yeah. But can a white woman be a blacktivist?
No.
Only by injection.
That depends on if their skirt's up or not.
True.
Ooh.
It depends on if they're on Pornhub.
Yeah, she's got a tattoo.
Ready for it.
Yeah, she's got a tattoo of a spade with the Q in it. She's a blacktivist.
James, I'm not even going to ask how you know about that, and I'm going to smile because you know about that.
You know
Oh
what
my
I'm
God,
talking about.
Yes, sir.
Number
I
3
do.
violates number 2.
Yeah. So say she put the work in on a wreck.
Exactly. She got it branded on her skin.
Exactly.
All right, wait a minute. Number 3, don't assume or guess people's race. It's not a fun game for us.
See, it violates number 2 because now she's treating, air quote, us as a monolith.
Yes. Number 4, if someone tells you that they're from Uganda, don't say, I went to Nigeria once. Just
say
please.
Madagascar instead.
Yeah. Oh, you're from Uganda? Well, I went to Djibouti.
Hey, I was outside Djibouti, okay?
Oh, you're from Uganda? I was in New Jersey this one time.
Oh, you're from Uganda? I went to Boston.
Uganda.
You're from Uganda? I've been to Grand Rapids several times. What's that mean? It's fucking irrelevant.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was slightly under.
Uganda's nicer.
I know a couple of people that were from Monday, Uganda.
Oh, dude, when I lived at before I joined the military, I met a guy who was like straight up from Africa and ended up helping him move a couch to where he ended up moving over by where one of my aunts lives. That whole thing, super nice dude. He actually offered me weed. It's like to get me fucking high and whatnot. But I was like, nah, dude, I don't do that no more. And whatnot. He was like, well, I appreciate you helping me moving the couch. I was like, I had fuck all to do today, so
There you
I did
go.
something.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, well, that's your nice dude. So bonus.
Wait. All right. Number 5, related. Don't refer to Africa as a country. It's a continent, and it's widely varied. Yes, just take a moment. Okay, so I guess we're going to stop calling people African American.
Number 2. Same group as number 2.
No, even better. Is this a list for white people or college graduates?
It says white people. I guess it would
because number 5 describes modern college graduates.
Yeah.
See, when you bring up Africa, that reminds me of a joke. This white guy with a parrot, he walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Where'd you get that thing?" The parrot says, "Africa. They got millions of them."
Rodney, rim shot.
Hold on. Wait, which one? I mean, this one?
There you go. James is here all night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Or at least until the oxygen runs out.
All right. Number 6. Oh, rest assured that literally no person of color ever wants you to get back from holiday and show off your tan and excitedly claim, "Look, I'm almost as dark as you." Cease and desist.
I've never heard of that. I'm going to start.
Monolith.
I still like the dude I got to bullshit with from the supply area and whatnot. He talked about how, as a black man, he always laughed whenever he knew white people got sunburn until while being in Okinawa, he ended up getting sunburn. And he's like, I no longer make fun of anyone for that. He goes, I didn't think I could get that. And I don't know how you people deal with it.
It's like, dark skin can get sunburn. It's just harder.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I didn't think I could get it, and I got it, and goddamn, like
well, now I know how white people feel about
he was just
syphilis.
like, y'all deal with some shit, man. It's just like, yup.
Just out of curiosity, did he smell like chicken after he was sunburned?
I didn't ask that question because it would have been improper since both of us were in uniform.
Oh, okay.
Neither one of us would. It's like, well, personally, I wouldn't have gave a shit, but I didn't also think of it at the time. I could not help but laugh at that whole thing, and luckily, he was laughing as well. So,
done.
So number 7. Don't assume that a person of color knows everything about their country, a country of heritage. Do you know everything about there is to know about America, Germany, Sweden? That's what I thought. Well, no, I don't know everything about America. I know a lot about America. Fuck Germany and Sweden.
I bet I know more about my country of heritage than you know about yours. Apparently, you're claiming the heritage.
Well,
shit, I'm American. I don't fucking claim any. I'm African descent. No, I've never been African. I have no plans to go there. That is
well,
not
if we're playing the game,
value.
if we're playing the game of country of heritage, I've been white 5 minutes and I already hate all you people.
But look, if I find out someone's from Sweden and I have to do a report on Sweden, I'm going to be like, hey, Bjorn, what can you tell me about Sweden? That's not assuming that they know everything about it. It's asking what they know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's asking for a little bit of insight, not for a fucking encyclopedic knowledge base, for fuck's sake.
But Mitch, you got to remember two things. This is from the group of people that say, educate yourself when you ask them why do something. Educate yourself. If you don't tell me the fuck I did wrong, I don't know the fuck I did wrong, and I'm going to keep doing what I did wrong.
How can I educate myself without asking questions? That's my response to them.
They're just getting pissed because that would require them to educate themselves.
Right.
And do you know what
they
I
want
know
you
about?
to do the work that they have not done.
Sorry.
Fuck them in the earlobe.
I meant to get that when I was done saying, but you jumped in way too quick. Sorry about that.
It happens. I'm sorry.
No, I'm a little slow on the key or a little slow on the mouse right now.
Number 8. Don't assume we can run if we're black, do math if we're Asian, and if we have a drinking problem if we're indigenous. I got all three of those. All three of those are fucking factual statements, and Johnny Hellcat can do the indigenous one.
But it's interesting that only the American Indians get the negative stereotype. The blacks and the Asians, they're either fast runners or mathematical geniuses. The Indians, fucking, they're just drunkards.
Well, no, the Asians also can't drive well.
No,
That's
but
true.
I mean, this article is only mentioning positive stereotypes for blacks and Asians. Yeah. But when it gets to the Native Americans, fuck them, they're just drunks.
Yeah.
And Asians can't hold their liquor.
You also got to remember he didn't include in this one as well that he'd been like, don't assume that all black people are well endowed because he doesn't want them to be like, some black dude's got small peepees.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's a favorable stereotype, is it still racist?
No, it's not.
Okay, here's a better one. If they're indigenous, they know a lot about flea markets.
No. Okay, so this is what I've learned. Most stereotypes have a basis in truth.
Yeah,
of course they do.
It's the reason why
they became stereotypes.
Exactly. Kenyans can run fucking fast. Like, have you seen a Kenyan run?
I've seen a Grunion run.
But no, like seriously, Kenyans are Usain Bolt, I believe, was a Kenyan.
Yeah.
Fastest man on earth.
Yeah. Those motherfuckers can run.
The only way to add better than that is if you're going to go with Bronda the Thirst Mutilator. You're going to run faster than Kenyans. You'll have to run fast. People will think they're Kenyans. They'll get deported back to Kenya.
But again, Asians being smart at math. Have you seen what the Japanese do? They got fucking robots, man. I mean, that's engineering. You have to be intelligent to do that.
Yeah. You ever see an Irishman throw back a 30-quart hunk of beer? Holy shit.
Where's Hammer at? We need Hammer to verify that one.
Indigenous people, my ass. Let's talk about the Irish.
John D.W. has it.
No, the point there may be the Irish can hold their liquor.
But again,
that makes me ponder the whole thing. So when the Irish were coming over here and settling in that whole thing, and they liked to drink, what happened with the person who happened to, whether it be a man or woman, they got with a native man or woman and that whole thing, and they had offspring. So could that person actually hold their liquor, or would they hold it even better?
I think it
just depends. If there's a woman, she holds her liquor by her ears. Or by their ears.
Depends on which liver they got.
Number 9. Get to number 9. regard us as autonomous, unique individuals, and not a rep. Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't even read
You
that.
don't do that to
face.
yourself, you dumb motherfucker.
You have 8 previous points, of which you have done exactly the opposite.
Wait.
7, actually, but still.
I'm sorry. Number 9 doesn't count. Number 9 doesn't count. I'll reread it. Regard us as autonomous, unique individuals, not as representatives of our race. Now I'm going to read number 2. Don't assume that all people of color share the same views. We are not a monolith. These are the same thing. Ergo, number 9 gets no credit, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay. Which basketball star is it that supports China?
LeBron James, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty sure it's several of them, but he's the biggest one known.
Yeah. But you understand where I'm fixing to go with this, right?
We know it's not Kobe because he's no longer with us and hasn't been. So, I mean, he's voting Democrat again. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, my mom's gonna vote Democrat. She's been gone for years. It's odd. You would assume since I'm a necromancer and lich, I'd understand the undead, but you know what? Clearly, I fucking don't.
There's always some corner of mystery.
Well, I mean, there's one thing about understanding the undead. There's another thing about the undead. There's another thing about them voting. I mean,
I want to go into this one. There are cases that I do actually kind of wish necromancy were real because it'd be that whole funny thing of being like, especially like have a necromancy lawyer, and then being the person the accused, being like, I didn't kill that person, been like, I object. My first witness, who? The accused. It's like
the victim,
deceased.
I got a better idea. Let's bring back using necromancy. Bring back Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm the 10th. And I want to hear what these people have to say in testimony about modern Black culture in America.
They would
bring back the founding fathers because I want to hear them in court on the Second Amendment.
I mean, modern Black culture is just old Northern Irish culture.
Yeah,
they would flip. They would flip the fuck out. They would go nuts. They would beg for a swift death.
That's
again.
Why, I haven't.
Anyone really want to think about what Hamilton would do to like 2/3 of the anti-2A judges?
He'd probably take them outside and duel them.
Take them outside and shoot them.
A few of them, they'd be like, "Why are women voting?"
I'm
also pretty sure if we could bring like Washington back, he'd be like, "Okay, well, I don't like some of these other things you've done. Show me them guns."
Yeah, Washington would be like, "Guns can do this now," and this.
Washington would be like, "That's a monument." Lincoln gets a statue. I get this pointy piece.
I get a stiff upper lip. Fuck this.
Bring back Franklin. They'll know that there's a lot of people that will use the $20 bill to roll it up so they can do drugs, so they can get laid. And he'd probably been like, "Yeah, he wouldn't have such a." I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have a disappointed look. He'd be like, "I approve."
Number 10. Don't make embarrassing jokes to try and be down with the people of color. With people of color, we'll laugh at you, not with you.
Whatever, as long as you're laughing.
You are a joke.
As long as you're laughing. Look, I once worked in a kitchen full of Black guys. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I get to work and I come in with my whitest voice. I say, "What is up, my bitches?" And they were fucking rolling on the floor laughing about it. And they weren't laughing at me. They knew what I was doing. You know, they knew that I was making fun of myself and the whole white guy trying to be cool with the Black guys thing.
Oh,
they got it. They knew what I was doing. You know, they did shit like that to me too. I didn't care. You know why? We had a job to do.
Or your friends. You can do that with your friends.
Well, yeah. You know, you got a job to do. You're friendly with each other. You have no ill will toward each other. So yeah, you poke a bear a little bit. One of them I did become really good friends with. I wanted to do an internet radio show with him because he was the smooth guy, right? He was the guy who was smooth with the ladies, and he can do all kinds of great fucking material on that level. And I'm a smart ass. So I thought it would be really fun if we had an internet radio show called The Wisecracker and Dr. Smooth.
That's kind of funny.
As kind of a racist, a pseudo-racist play on words.
Well, that's like, I'll steal a thing that's been used before. It's like if Tyr and I were to ever just do a complete show with just the two of us, we'd have to call it Ebony and Ivory, and he'd be Ivory. You're completely gonna fuck with people.
Wait. I have a picture that would be perfect.
This isn't like a black guy smiling in a limousine with tinted windows and all you see is teeth.
No.
I've got a video somewhere where a black guy kind of does something similar, except for he's in his own apartment and whatnot. And he stands there and he smiles, and then he backs into a closet that's pitch black, and all you can see are his eyes and his teeth.
Wait. I got
it somewhere.
Stop sharing. Let me share this one. Wait a minute.
But no, that's like I've had to deal with a couple
Old
people.
Friday Night Live sketch. You're rotten.
The funny part is, I could see us dressing that way, but it'd be the opposite of what the picture is, just to fuck with people.
Oh God,
yes.
Because currently, right now, I'm 90% sure my hair is longer than Tyr's.
Your hair is probably longer than mine, and I'm fucking cold.
We'll both throw on fucking wigs for the fun of it.
Okay, my only question is, who's drinking the Colt 45? You or Tyr?
I don't drink bourbon.
I'll do it again.
There you go.
I've drank malt liquor before. I'll drink malt liquor again.
Colt 45.
We'll wheel out Billy D. Williams as a guest, and we'll have him deliver some lines that you drink a Colt 45.
Well, every time I hear...
Oh, go on.
I was going to say, every time I hear the Colt 45, I either think of the gun or think of what was it, Afro Man. Yeah, so it'd be Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. Yep, Sean said it.
Wait, was it who did the commercial? Was Billy D. Williams who did commercials for Colt 45?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Like way back in the 80s, after he got famous from The Empire Strikes Back.
He was
Yes, he did.
I think, yeah, he did.
After he blew all that Star Wars money and was desperate for work.
Hey, hookers and blowers not cheap.
Well, at least in the 80s they weren't. Nowadays you can get a hooker for pennies on the dollar. All right, number 11. Don't rent our culturally specific memes. What? They're ours. Go enjoy that weird one about the what?
Okay, see now I'm wondering if I had a stroke again. Because this sentence makes no sense. Don't rent our culturally specific means. They're ours. Go enjoy that weird one about the plums. Is there a white man?
Oh, I'm gonna go back to the whole thing of how can you even claim it's your culture when it's originally from the Northern Irish that settled in the south of the U.S. Your culture's not even your own. You don't even know what you're like. If you're going to say from where you were from Africa and whatnot, you don't even know what that culture was there. So you can't even necessarily say it's your own.
Right.
See, and this is why
you culturally appropriated culture's that's not yours, and now we're claiming it's yours.
This is exactly why I don't claim any. Like, I believe culture. You can't appropriate culture. You can only show appreciation. Like remember when the girl wore the Chinese dress to her prom? They're like, "Oh, you can't wear that. It's cultural appropriation." No, that's appreciation. She loved the style of that dress, and she wanted to show it off.
Have never given a shit about it. It's like whenever they get pissed off at a white person wearing a kimono, and the fucking Japanese are just like, "Hey, we fucking love that shit because we do the same thing. It's an appreciation of ours." Someone comes, dreadlocks are black culture, and it's like,
no,
actually,
it's not.
if you want to go through it, it's freaking Rastafarian. It's also freaking
Dutch.
I think Dutch.
No, it's not even that. It's Neanderthal. The Neanderthals didn't clean their hair, and guess what? It happens when you don't fucking wash and clean your hair. You're locked up.
It gets netted.
It's just what it is.
Which is where the word nappy comes from.
Yeah, and that's
And rest in peace, Bob Knight.
yeah. But see, that's the problem with all of this shit. Oh well, you can't. That's my culture. No, it's not. It's human culture.
Yep.
We intermix and we share things. Like we share words. Coup d'etat. What's a coup d'etat? What is it?
Sounds French.
It's French.
Yeah, it's French, but it happens a lot in like South America. But it's a French.
Well,
phrase.
I mean that's their cultural appreciation there.
Yeah, but you know, if I said that, if I said a coup, if someone performed a coup, you would instantly know what I'm speaking about. But the origin of the word is French. You know, just as I would say, what's a Latin word that's common? A canine. You know, you will all know what I'm speaking. It's Latin. Who's fucking Italian here? If you want
I have some in my culture.
If people really wanted to start going, oh, you can't use shit from other cultures, then we need to give up vaccines. We need to give up needles, all kinds of shit, because those are German.
Oh God!
And
the freaking video where the guy did it, and he said like it's a street truck selling tacos, and what's a white guy in there, and this woman gets pissed off, and you find out the guy in the back that's making the tacos is actually Korean, and then later on, a guy brings up how he's Italian and that he, goes to the whole thing of how he needs a Mediterranean diet because of the tomatoes and everything. Like, actually, the tomato isn't native to Italy and everything. He goes, wait. With that being said, are you saying am I actually Mexican?
Well, when you stop and think about it, if we all speak in our language as far as culture, half our snack foods are derivative of corn. Half our breakfast cereals are derivative of corn. So guess what?
Besides a few others.
But again, cultural appropriation, like the whole point of humans, we share things. We have to share things, because if we don't, no one advances. You advance together.
Look at what happened, okay? The Great British Empire, the big British Empire, back before the United States of America. That's not funny.
I couldn't resist.
Okay. But back before America, the British Empire was the superpower, and it really did span most of the world.
It
did. This from a little island in the northern Atlantic.
Because it wouldn't be spun, it spanned pretty much the known world at the time.
It was Rome 2.0.
Right. It really was. But look at what happened next. America springs up.
And we said, fuck your taxes. We ain't paying for a war we was a part of. We throwing your tea in the harbor, bitch.
Well, no, here's what I'm getting at. The expansion of liberty because of the United States of America propelled America in a relatively short time to the point of being the world's one and only superpower.
Yeah.
That cannot happen without liberty, and liberty cannot happen if we are not allowed to exchange ideas. Some of the exchange of ideas occurs on a cultural level.
Agreed.
Hey, look, they're making. I've got these flour tortillas, but they're making them out of corn. Now that's an interesting thing. Let's see what happens if we switch these around the other way and try their recipe with flour tortilla, my recipe with a corn tortilla. Hey, you know what? Still works. I kind of like this better. It's new and it's different.
Exactly, it's different.
I'm going to open a store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that whole melting pot thing. It really is the formula for success as a nation. And here we are in modern times pissing the concept away because people who have nothing and can't create anything want to claim things to which they have no claim.
Again, like certain things, like hairstyles. I can do hairstyles easy. When you said the dreadlocks, who gives a shit? Like, who gives a shit whose ancestors invented or didn't invent something? It is a style you prefer, and you can't knock somebody else for preferring that style.
No, it's stupid.
It really is. Or say I wanted to walk down and make like there was a company that made tacos, and they were owned by like 2 white ladies, but they made some amazing fucking tacos, and people got their shop closed down.
Yeah.
Why? What? Oh,
jealousy, envy.
Yes, envy. You know, and I think it was a Mexican chef that did it. Oh, you're appropriating my culture. No, we went to Mexico.
We also have seen the reverse to where, like, you'll have fucking blacks that'll make like Mexican or something like that. Like, would you eat at this restaurant? This? It's like, yeah, but we've also seen like that where it was Asians that had a soul food restaurant, and fucking like black women showed up and they're like, why are you doing this? This is appropriate in our culture. That's like this one that I have. Granted, it's extremely small, but it's like,
oh yeah, this guy.
Can someone at Sony please explain why you choose not to hire a Japanese performer to wear traditional Japanese wardrobe for a Japanese game? This is extremely offensive to your Asian American consumers and a blatant cultural appropriation. Please explain. So it's, hello, I am Japanese. Let me explain. That man is one of the few living people officially recognized as a master of the instrument. He's Japanese by default.
Yes. It is because he loved, he appreciated that style or that instrument, and he mastered it. He, like you said, he was one of the last people alive.
I'm going to put it this way, and I always hate being a person, I guess, who kind of more repeats that whole thing, but I'm going to have to agree with Monkey on this one. It's a lot of these people, they realize they don't have strife in their life. They have no strife, have no struggle, so they make it up.
But see, the problem is they're making this shit up, and it's not helping.
Well, the other bigger problem with like something like that one with the Asian American, that whole thing. Which part of Asia are you from? Because if you actually go to those countries, while the Japanese do have a major love for Chinese food, they don't like the Chinese.
Well, yeah, culturally, the Japanese and Chinese are vastly different.
Yeah,
and so are the Koreans.
Yes. The Vietnamese,
the Filipino. There's probably others are missing, and it falls in that whole thing. How are you going to put yourself as an Asian American? Okay, we can go with the whole thing for black people. Well, which part of Africa are we talking? A little bit closer to that? We talking sub-Saharan? Because not depending on where you're from, they're not all the fucking same.
You know what it is? I can tell you exactly what it is. They're not talking about the actual cultures in question.
No.
They're talking about the Hollywood version of those cultures.
No,
that's why fucking Wakanda in the Black Panther movie was full of graffiti. Is because that's what Hollywood thinks all black people are like. They think every building in a black neighborhood must have graffiti on it.
That's why when you look at the
Hollywood
scenarios and they say, what if Odin was black, and it's a thing of Miles Morales, and instead of saying like, by Odin's beard, he says by Odin's fade. It's like, bro, if all of that was black, it most likely would be the same as it was. The character, it's like the people would just be black. They wouldn't be considered like modern day black people that are in Harlem or Compton or something else.
And but if you look at that, when they did that with Miles Morales, Mjolnir had graffiti on it. All of Asgard had graffiti on it. Everyone in Asgard wearing fucking Nikes or whatever the popular shoe was.
Insult.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's That's the Hollywood version of culture.
That again, nothing. If you were to change, as much as I hate race swapping characters, but if you were to change the character, it wouldn't change it. Odin should be Odin, just with darker skin. Odin should still be going by Odin's beard. Like they should be still saying things like that. The 9 hells by the frost giants. Shit like that. Their culture shouldn't change because all that changed is their skin color. They're still Norse.
Well, yeah, but here's the funny part.
You get the Allfather who went out for cigarettes and milk and
not